one good summer could set you up financially, could set your business up to get to that next level. But you've got to be able to you've got to be prepared. You got to strike while the iron's hot. I know there were years where I didn't prepare myself for season. I kind of phoned in. I'm like, yeah, it'll be busy. There's nothing really to prepare for. The jobs are going to come in. It'll be fine. We'll figure it out. And you know what? I left a lot of money on the table and dealt with a lot of unnecessary problems that I didn't need to deal with. This summer, man, you got to be ready. You got to be ready to go. And that's what I want to talk about today, because it makes all the difference. I don't even know if you realize what's about to happen this summer. We've got a shortage in movers. We've got a shortage in moving companies that are going to be able to actually service all the moves that are going to happen this summer. And that means a lot of business, right? That means that, hopefully you guys, man, you could rake it in this summer. Like one good summer could set you up financially, could set your business up to get to that next level. But you've got to be able to you've got to be prepared. You got to strike while the iron's hot. We can't treat it like any other time. We've got to look at it and we've got to go, okay, from May 15th to September 15th, traditional moving season. Well, I wanted to get in here early this month. That's what these are all about. These are all about, like, guys, like if you were all my partners in different cities running offices, these are the meetings that we would be having. Like, here's what we need to be focused on. Here's what we need to be doing. Here's how to go get more money, service your customers, live a better quality of life. That's what this is all about. This summer, man, you got to be ready. You got to be ready to go. And that's what I want to talk about today, because it makes all the difference. I know there were years where I didn't prepare myself for season. I kind of phoned in. I'm like, yeah, it'll be busy. There's nothing really to prepare for. The jobs are going to come in. It'll be fine. We'll figure it out. And you know what? I left a lot of money on the table and dealt with a lot of unnecessary problems that I didn't need to deal with. So let's jump into it. First thing we've got to do, like immediately, right now, is we've got to put ourselves in a mission mindset. A mission mindset, meaning this summer it's a mission. I am going on a mission. I need my team on a mission. I need my family to understand that I'm on a mission, and I need to get myself geared up and ready to be on a mission. And it's not about grinding it out, but you're on a mission. A mission will pull you forward. A mission of, hey, like this is it. Like you want to talk about like the iron being hot and striking while the iron's hot? Like this is it. I don't know that it's ever been hotter than this 2021 season. All right. I know a lot of you are in different places. A lot of you have been in the business for a long time. A lot of you, some of you are just getting started. But we've got to look at it and we've got to change how we look at things. Maybe your daily habits need to change. Maybe your focus needs to change. Maybe the way that you're setting up, your free time and all, like things need to change. Whatever that is for you, just understand like you've got 120 days of going on a mission. You guys ready for a mission? You guys ready to go on this? All right. To me, it's just like if you don't flip that switch and tell yourself that, all of a sudden it creates overwhelm. Like, oh my God, we're so busy. We don't have enough movers. I don't know what to do. These customers, we're booked out 3 months in advance, and you get so busy, you start to even like give up. You're like, we don't even have to try that hard. If they don't want to book, don't worry about it. And it just, you lose sight of what matters. When I started, I went on a real mission. Like we used to. I never turned down any work for the first couple of years, and I learned the hard way that like that's not the way to do it, right? At some point, you've got to stop. But we just booked it, and we're like servicing people all night long. At the end of the month in the summer, I slept at the office 3, 4, 5 nights in a row, right? But it was a mission. My team was on the mission with me, and we raked in a lot of money. It wasn't sustainable. Right? We had to kind of at some point, like, okay, we can't do this forever. Like we've got to know when we could cut things off. But you're going to have customers coming in, right? There's going to be no shortage of business this summer. So what are we on a mission? We are on a mission to make as much money as possible and create as many raving fans as possible along the way, right? Like I want you to think about getting out a rake, You know, like it's time to rake it in. Like go out there and start raking it in. And what are we raking in? Revenue and reviews. Revenue and reviews. That's it. If you just focus on those two things, okay, you'll maximize this summer. You've got to make as much money as possible, obviously running it with good margins, and get the reviews. People miss that one, right? It's one thing to do a good job. It's another thing to proactively be getting those reviews from your customers. After every job, you should be asking them, how did we do? If they said, hey, you did a great job, you should be getting a review or even a video testimonial. Look, one summer can make you, but one summer could also break you. So if you're not focused on reviews and creating raving fans and doing a good job, and you're only focused on raking in revenue, you know how much like garbage you could leave behind you, how many bad reviews, how many pissed off customers, right? You got to have both. This has to be in balance. If we're only focused on revenue and not the reviews, well, guess what happens? Our online reputation suffers. Then our marketing cost is going to go up because it's going to cost us more money to get those jobs because people are going to check us out and then not go with us. It's going to be harder to convert, so your booking percentages go down. It all connects. It literally all connects. Revenue and reviews, like get a permanent marker, write it on your hand, whatever you got to do. Like that's the mission, right? That's the mission for the summer, really. Okay, so now we know we're on a mission. We know what it is. We know we've got to get revenue and reviews. And one of the biggest struggles everybody's having right now, so if you're having it, don't feel like you're alone or you're necessarily doing something wrong, is labor, right? Finding enough movers. And if you need movers now, you're going to definitely need movers a month from now and 2 months from now, right? So we've got to take a different approach. We got to be mission driven for this summer. And when it comes to hiring, we've got to SWAT team this thing. Like, don't take it lightly. Go in there like it's a SWAT team mission. Like, look, this is what's holding us back from getting all this money and all these reviews, right? We need to SWAT team this thing. This means, well, you've probably got to run more employment ads than you're used to running. Yes, I know they cost money. That's okay. Cost you more money to lose jobs that you're not getting because of movers. And I understand that it's harder out there right now, the climate that we're in. Look, you've got people that could go drive for Uber. They could drive for Amazon Prime. You got people sitting at home that were collecting money all last year to just kind of like, I'm good. But you can't that's things that are happening. But the story that we're telling ourselves, if we keep saying there's no movers out there, I can't find them, I can't find them, I can't find them, then that's what's going to happen. We're going to give up. We're going to feel defeated. But I know from working with private clients that had the issue to say, look, here's what we've got to do. Like, we've got to SWAT team this thing. Like, all hands on deck hiring, right? And all of a sudden, with a month in, it's like they don't deal with that problem anymore. I've been saying it since I started doing this. Like, in order to succeed at high levels, you've got to build a sales machine in your company to where you have consistent sales. Well, now you've also got to build a mover hiring machine, right? And so again, you're placing ads, okay? You've got referrals. You tell all your guys, hey, if you know anybody, I'm going to pay you a referral, whether it's $100, whether it's $500, if the person stays for 90 days, right? If you've got to go with labor services, and you've got to go with labor services. If you've got to use the Facebook groups like Movers Syndicate or wherever else in a pinch in order to get guys, yeah, I know they charge a couple $100 a day, but you don't want to make that your permanent crew, but in a pinch, you need to have it. You want to build your mover database. So a mover database is like, they come in for an application, like however their information comes across, keep it on a spreadsheet, okay? Because even though maybe they come to you today and they're like, hey, I need $20 an hour, and you're like, I pay $15, Well, there might come a day where you're willing to pay the 20 an hour, whether it's for that one day or whether you finally realize you need to raise your prices in order to keep up with the demand of what it's costing to get movers. It's a SWAT team effort. Whoever's involved in placing the ads, place more ads. If you're putting ads on Craigslist, like, you need to put at least one a day. At least one a day, because they just start coming down, right? You want to start treating every application that you get for movers like it's a lead, right? When you buy leads, you get a lead, they go to 5 different companies, right? And you compete with that lead. Well, if somebody's applying for a job, they're applying other places as well. You need them to fulfill your mission. Unless you're going to single-handedly go out there and service all these moves yourself and stay doing that forever, you need to get your mover hiring down. And I know I'm maybe making it sound extra simple, but that's because it is. It's just, sometimes we just need more focus in an area that really matters, as opposed to just, we threw an ad and yeah, my dispatcher, he's taking the calls, and it's like, no. Like, this is the most important thing. If you've got business coming in and generating calls and leads and booking moves is not an issue right now, this is your most important thing. So my private clients that have gone in and said, hey, I'm making this a priority. I don't care where they are, how far they've stepped up, the stairway to kind of move themselves out of the day-to-day. They go back into the day-to-day and say, you know what, I'm setting up our system for mover hiring, and we're going to solve this problem once and for all. It's harder now. Look, when I first started, I put a huge ad in the Yellow Pages. I literally sat with my feet up on the desk, booking moves. It was like, we had having a good pitch and having a good script was very helpful, but it wasn't as hard as like the competition today and moving leads and having to follow up and call people. But we adjusted, we adapted. So if we've got this mindset of like, hey, it's so hard to get movers, and we don't just say, okay, yes, is it harder than it used to be? Sure. But there's a lot of other things in your business, technology and other things that make it easier. Plus you've got a community like this as well to help you. So is it harder than it used to be? Yes. Is it impossible? Absolutely not. Are the people who put in the effort going to succeed at high levels? 100%. Are the people that say it's too much work going to fail? I hope fail's not the word, but they're not going to get to that next level. And that's not you guys. That's not why you're here, right? So I'm spending extra time on this because I know it's an issue, and I know people tend, as humans, we tend to want the magic bullet, right? We tend to want that, I want to lose weight. What's the one pill I could take that's going to make me lose weight? What's the, whatever it is. It's putting focus and attention on the hiring process and having it be consistent. And being okay that you get 100 applications, and out of the 100 applications, maybe you get 4 people on board. Then if you need 8 people, guess what? You need 200 applications. Double the effort. Double the effort. There's a lot of components. People are like, I'm not getting any calls. I'm not getting any applications. I had a private client who was like, I'm not getting any calls. I'm like, well, let me see the ad. Send me the ad. He sends me the ad. I'm looking at the ad. It's all caps. There's some exclamation points. And, I'm like, you're yelling at people, man. Like, you must have this, and I'm not making fun of him. I actually see him on a call, and he knows. So like, it's you must have this qualification. Do not apply if you. It's this very like, whoa, man, like take it easy, So anyways, SWAT team hiring. You got to be on a mission right now. Secure your equipment. Get your equipment secured now. You're going to need trucks. You're going to need dollies. You're going to need pads. You're going to need straps. You might need a CRM. Some people might say, well, I don't really have the time. Like, getting your CRM dialed in before season will really help maintain order and structure in your business. And I know that it could seem like I don't have the time to do it right now, but sometimes in order to get something really working, we got to battle test it. and like now's the time to really get that battle tested. Get that dialed in, but more importantly, your trucks. You've got to either buy, lease, or secure long-term rentals on trucks. And so, if you're in a position now, like let me give you my outlook on when I would buy trucks. I would buy trucks whenever I felt like I was renting a truck every weekend. I would buy a truck to replace that truck. So if I was renting 2 trucks every weekend, I would buy 2 trucks to replace those. Okay, because the money I was spending on the rentals and then the money I was paying on the trucks with depreciation plus the signage, to me that's where it worked out, right? I replaced those weekend rentals with buying a truck. So, I bought all my trucks brand new, which right now might be hard to do before season because we ordered them. We had the boxes custom built. So it takes time to do that. But you could buy used trucks. There's a site called usedmovingvans.com. Usedmovingvans.com. You've also got, Penske and Ryder and all these places. U-Haul even. They sell like their off-lease trucks that you could get. But if you aren't going to buy or lease a truck, my recommendation would be to get yourself rental trucks and negotiate either month to month or like a 3-month or a 4-month contract for the summer with whoever's around you, whether it's Penske, Enterprise, Ryder, whoever you've got. You try to go and rent a truck for the end of May, Memorial Day weekend, and you don't already have a pre-existing relationship with that truck rental place, you're going to have a really hard time finding a truck because you're competing against the other movers in town and you're competing against the consumers as well that are moving themselves. So for always, whether it's summer or not summer, you go establish a relationship with your truck rental vendors in your town. Okay, whoever you've got, go in there, meet them, and get to know them, because a lot of it is relationship based. If they like you and they want to look out for you, they'll, hey, save me 2 trucks for this end of the month, and they know you're going to come through on those 2 trucks. For those short-term rentals, you may be okay. But if you know you're going to need trucks, I've got no problem renting trucks for the summer to get it done if you can't find trucks to buy. I just want to prepare you that you might run up against no availability for rentals when you're just trying to like run and grab one for a Friday or run and grab one for a Saturday. And there's nothing wrong with renting trucks. I always rented trucks. I started with 2 rentals, then started buying trucks, but then I would always use rental trucks at the end of the month, always in the weekends in the summer for sure, because I didn't need them the rest of the time, right? So it helped me to fluctuate up and down with the demand, but have a process dialed in when you rent trucks. Okay, we need to go get the truck. We need to get the truck back so that we can load it up with equipment. We need to get it out. When the truck goes back, we need to get it back. We need to unload the equipment and get it back to the rental place. A lot of these high rental fees that a lot of you see on your P&Ls, you're like, I'm just spending too much on rentals. It's because, number one, you could be getting charged for stuff that you're not using, right? Maybe not, but it happens. It happened to me several times. It happened to a lot of people I know. And also, the truck comes back Saturday night, and nobody delivers the truck back to the rental place until Monday, and you're getting charged for Sunday as well, right? And an extra day on a bunch of trucks could be a lot. So just dial in your process and be really conscious when you get the truck back, when you pick it up. And when you have a relationship with the truck rental place, we used to be able to say, hey, look, can we pick it up before you guys close tonight and not charge us till tomorrow? And I'm not saying anybody will do this for you, right? But again, that's where the relationship comes in. Look, we're not gonna look. It'll be in our yard. You guys can come look. We're not gonna send out a truck at 5 o'clock, but we want to have it because you guys don't open till 7 and we dispatch at 6:30. So we would have it, and then we would get it back to them on Saturday night, or we would open communication and say, hey, look, do you guys need this back Saturday night? If not, we'll bring it back Sunday morning, and don't charge us for it. right? So it's just that open dialogue of understanding the pickup and drop off and loading equipment and how to make that whole process efficient will really help you. Remember, we're on a mission. All right, this is the summer. You're here to rake in the money. You're here to get the reviews. This could really propel you. This summer could propel you to whatever your next level is. Wherever you're at now. I don't care if maybe you're just getting started. You're like, oh, okay, we're rocking now, right? You're already established. You want to go up another level, or you're already established. Like, you know how many times at the end of the summer, like, I was able to go buy like something major, like a new house or something like that. You know, like, the summer could really set the tone for a lot, all right? It could really set the tone for a lot. So give yourself, I didn't even really talk about that, but give yourself some kind of goal too. Have something ready to go for yourself at the end of the summer. Next thing is calendar-based pricing, okay? Calendar-based pricing. And what that means is we've got to be able to look at our calendars in the places where you're permitted to do so. I know a few of you have like restrictions with tariffs and things like that. But we got to be able to look and go, okay, we know Memorial Day weekend is going to be slammed. We know the end of every month is going to be slammed. You know, especially if the end of the month falls like on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday is like the 30th, 31st, and 1st. That's what's called a consolidated end of the month, which means everybody's trying to move within those few days. You could look at the calendar right now and determine what those days are and raise your prices for those days, right? Like if who's booked up for the next few weeks already? Who's booked up? Okay, we got to reverse the thought process and say it's not necessarily a good thing, right? Because I probably could have charged much more money for those moves and I still have plenty of time to continue to book. And if you've got any issue with charging more money, just remember, all the movers that you want to hire that used to want 15 an hour that now want 20 or 25 an hour, that's where the world is going, okay? Like, it's either you're going to do this as charity and be a servant to the community and do charity work by providing moves, or you're going to do this as a part of commerce and make money. And in commerce, prices go up, right? It's the way the world works. And so in order for you to be able to pay for all your expenses that are going up, look, insurance, like everything is going up, especially labor now. You know how much easier your mover hiring SWAT team process will be if you could afford to pay some more money for your movers? Do you know what better quality of movers you would get if you could pay more? Well, how do you pay for them? You raise your prices. So maybe it's not even just the end of the month and not even the weekend. Maybe you're due for an increase across the board every day. I can't tell you how many times I've done this with private clients where I, look, I see where you're at. You're not making what you need to make. You need to raise the prices. You're booked out for weeks. Raise the prices. Everybody does it. Airlines do it. Hotels. There's absolutely nothing wrong with this unless you're like, hey, I'm in this for community service. Is anybody in this for community service? Like, you want to serve. I truly believe that what you're doing is a valuable business. And I want you guys to remember that too. Like, it's a hard thing. It's a stressful thing that people go through. And for you to be able to come in and make it less stressful and make it easy and get their whole life onto a truck and help deliver them to their new home, their new future, their new way of being, their new, where their kids are going to be, it is serving. So just know you guys are not just in a business that's just like, give me money, give me money. You're providing a service, and that service really matters. And you might not get the thank you when you do a great job, but you know that if they went with somebody else that didn't do a good job, that their life would be somewhat negatively affected by that move. So don't feel bad about raising prices. Get yourself into a position. By the way, make sure that you don't discuss pricing with other moving companies, okay? In other words, don't discuss pricing with movers in your market. There's laws against that. It's collective bargaining. You don't want to get involved with that, okay? So if you need to know what the competition is charging, secret shop them. Just call them up, pretend like you're a mover, Or pretend like you're somebody that's moving, see what they're charging so that you could kind of see where you're at. All right, so last thing, enlist your support squad. All right, you need to get people involved and they need to know that you're going on a mission. You're venturing out, you're going on a mission, and you need the people in your life to understand that. And ask for their support. And be specific on what you could use from them, what you need from them. All right, so you got mission mindset, focus on revenue and reviews. You want to SWAT team the hiring. Secure your equipment, secure your trucks. Calendar-based pricing, make sure you guys are getting paid for the service that you do. And enlist your support squad and make sure they're ready to go for you. Hey, my friend, before you go, you've got to hurry and watch these next few videos over here. They will absolutely help you take your moving company to the next level. Go watch them now, and I'll see you over there.